Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go!
So are you like Superman? Like when you're a coach, you put on the glasses, like you put on the cape when you're Superman? Is that what it is? Because I've never interviewed you with glasses on. What's going on here?
I know, Flory might be an influence on the glasses on me. I don't know. Shameless plug, Kits, Kits, great glasses place. They got the $50 prescription glass. I got a light prescription,
Yeah,
crisps it all up for me. It's pretty nice.
that's awesome, man. Well, it must be crisping it all up because you guys had over 600 yards of offense in the last game. Is that a record? That's got to be close to a Husky record, isn't it?
Man, I don't know, dude. Hopefully it's up there, but it was exciting, man. I think it's one of those things where, we were clicking on offense. We had a lot of guys involved in the run game, the pass game. I thought Anton had a great game. I thought our O-line played great up front. So it was a lot of things just coming together at the right time. I do think we left some stuff out there in regards to points. We settled for a lot of field goals in the first half that we got to clean up, but in the second half, we really started clicking, and it obviously showed on the stat sheet, which is awesome.
Before we get to you, let's talk about some of the guys. Okay, looks like your rider draft picks are off to a nice start. Daniel Weeb and Hundeby both having great seasons.
Yeah, 100%, man. We're extremely fortunate to get those cats back. I mean, Goose, or pardon me, Daniel Lee, the Goose nickname, he's been awesome for us, man. He kind of does it all for us. He gets involved in the run game, obviously the pass game, and it's our job to creatively get him the ball. And when he gets the ball in his hands, he makes things happen, man. He's electric with the ball in his hands. So we got to keep finding ways to get him the ball and allow him to make plays. And obviously, Seth, man, we have a fantastic front seven on defense right now, and Seth's kind of the leader of that group. He's getting interceptions, he's getting TFL, he's getting sacks, he's kind of Mr. Do-It-All as well. Man, with him and Goldstone, who's only a 19-year-old kid at linebacker, man, we're a pretty special group there on defense.
You know, back to Weeb. Why Goose? Why is that his nickname? What's behind that?
Man, it actually goes back to when I was a player. We were throwing one day in the summer, and he wanted a nickname, and he was number 82 at the time. So he's like, I don't know, like 80 Deuce, like I don't know. Or I'm like, you can't 80 Deuce, like what if you like, you can't have that.
Yeah.
And it was right when Top Gun Maverick, like the second Top Gun came out, and he had the buzz cut, and he's kind of a machine. Like he's an absolute workhorse. I'm like, Goose, man, you can be Goose. And it
Yeah.
rhymed with 80 Deuce. It kind of went with it. And yeah, he's been Goose ever since.
So Riker Frank's a Regina kid. We know what he brings to the table. You know what he brings to the table. Everybody does. But what about the other guys? There's a kid from Moose Jaw, and then is it Miller? Talk about your three-headed monster there in the backfield.
Yeah, 100%. So obviously we have Riker, who's kind of been the workhorse here for, I mean, since 2022, really. He's a stud, obviously out of Labolis, Regina kid. Great leader for us, smart dude, engineer, kind of does everything. We have Caden Miller, who's a Saskatoon kid out of St. Joe's. He's been around for a long time. He's a fourth-year kid. Man, works hard. He can do everything. He can play tight end. He can play receiver. He can play running back. Kind of reminds me of like a little bit like Clausen when we had him here. Kind of can be a Swiss Army knife for us. Number three, we have Javen Boyden from Moose Jaw. Man, he is a truck. Like if you watch this kid play, he is a thick dude, and he comes with bad intentions. The way he runs with a forward lean, man, he's fun to give the rock to downhill, and he makes things happen. Honestly, man, Alain Penner, he's a true freshman out of Holy Cross this year. He's kind of the fourth guy. He got a touchdown, his first touchdown last week. And man, he's talented too, man. He's a little jitterbug. He's great at run the zone read. We're pretty solid in the backfield here for a long time, so we're pretty fortunate.
That's awesome, man. Okay, Ammonrood. I never cut down. I don't like cutting down kids. I never do. Okay, but I'll word it like this: the knock on Anton was got a lively arm, immature, not immature like immature in a negative way, but he hasn't matured yet at the quarterback, so he's prone to make some bad decisions and turn the football over. Basically what I'm saying is he was an interception machine, but this year 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. Have you done something with him, like coached him up in a different way? Like, why is he protecting the ball better? Is it because you got a great running game that helps him out? Like, just take me behind the clipboard there.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's about the Jimmys and Joes, not the X's and O's, man. He's making sound decisions with the football. With that being said, we did stress it a lot. Like it's been a massive point of emphasis over the offseason every week, man. It's like we have to end every drive with a kick, whether that's a PAT, a field goal, or a punt. I really don't give a crap. We got to end a drive with a kick. So we put a high emphasis on protecting the rock, and knock on wood, we've been really good at that through 2 weeks. We got to make sure we continue to do that. There was a few times where it got close, and that was it. It wasn't even necessarily on A's. It's kind of miscommunication thing on both those reps that were somewhat close. But man, we have such a good defense, and we have a lot of explosive players that we know from a quarterback room, me being the coach of the quarterbacks as well, is that we need to protect the football and good things will happen to us. We know we're explosive, we'll make big plays, but it starts with taking care of the football, and Anton's done a great job with that. And yeah, it's really just be courageous with the football, never careless. A Jim Harbaugh quote, we say it a lot, and yeah, I think he's done a great job with it.
So back in your pre-glasses wearing days when we were talking, when you were in BC, we were talking about becoming a coach, being the assistant head coach and OC, like helping out with the OC and being the quarterback's coach. And would being just removed as a player with the U of S and being with some of these guys as a player like Weeb and such, would that be a help or a hindrance or something you have to overcome? Have you found it to be a plus? And if so, how?
Yeah, I actually do find it to be a big plus. Obviously, I don't want to say it's everything by any stretch because it's not. Like I'm in a couple of years, there's gonna be no players that I played with, and I hope I'm still a good coach. But with that being said, I have a fantastic relationship with these guys. Like Anton, I played. He was a COVID recruit, so I was here for 3 years with Anton. He's like obviously I'm his coach, and there's a line, there's a level of respect there and whatnot. But like I'm also buddies with this guy. Like I know him well. I know Goose really well, Vavra. I played with Lenny. Like I played with Riker. He was my starting running back. Like I know these guys very well, so I know what kind of makes them tick, and they know me. There's a trust system there. Like I don't want guys to call me coach. Like it's not like they're like you can call me Nyhus. It doesn't. There can't be. There has to be a level of respect, but
Okay, but
also
let me stop you. Let me stop
yeah.
you though, because that's where I was going. That's got to be like, there's got to be a level of respect. But how do you set the line in the sand when you've gone out for chicken wings with these guys and they call you Nias, or if you have a nickname, and then now all of a sudden you're their coach? Like, and from your perspective, can you go to the sidelines and bitch these guys out when they're not doing what they're supposed to do? And do they
Yeah,
take
man.
do they take you seriously? Like when you come over to Anton and say, excuse my language, but what the fuck are you doing? Is he like, well, chill, man, we just had wings, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna be authentically myself always, and that if these guys know me authentically, so hey man, if you're around me as a player, you know I don't mess around on the football field, and honestly, I have the like obviously there's a different level of like I'm not in the locker room with these cats by any stretch of the imagination, but like when I played as a player, I'm like if Riker Frank busts, I'm I'm getting on him. Like
Yeah.
I had the same mentality when I was a player. I truly thought of myself as a coach on the field. So me getting on these guys, it's not like it's something new to them. I was their veteran quarterback. Now I'm a coach. I still get on them. And then with that being said, in regards to coach quarterback relationships, specifically with Anton, I'm a firm believer that you like. There's I don't want to say good cop, bad cop by any stretch because that's not what it is. But I'm a firm believer the quarterback coach needs to be a quarterback advocate. And with
Mhm.
that, what I mean by that is, don't get me wrong. He's like, Anton messes up. I'm going to tell him he messed up. But like, Coach Flores is going to get on. There's other guys like, there's people will hold him accountable, including myself. But also, I'm not, man, when you come to the sidelines at the U of S, especially on offense, you're not going to meet the enemy in me. Like we're trying to solve problems. We're trying to get the best out of everyone. If you mess up, I'm going to tell you. We're going to correct
Mhm.
it, and I'm going to do it in a level tone, and then we're going to move forward. And that's just who I am as a person. I'm a firm believer in that.
That's a Perry Nias playbook right there. I get that.
Yeah.
I would never expect you to swear at him, but what I'm getting at is like, can you call him to task? But I would think being a quarterback of these dudes through a couple of nice Vanier Cup runs, you're just now a quarterback, but a step up who doesn't play. But with that in mind, you're the assistant head coach, OC, and quarterbacks coach with a couple of other things we'll get into. But so I know you've got input during the week, but
Yeah.
during game day, do you get to call any plays, or is it Scott Flory show? How much input's there? I've always wondered that.
Yeah, 100%. So we kind of tag team in a lot of it, man. Like it's been truthfully an absolute blessing because me kind of taking over the OC title and whatnot, and obviously leaning into calling games and whatnot, it's been fantastic because Coach Flora calls a lot of the plays. And I'll call some throughout the game, don't get me wrong, like we're both in the headset. I'm always the one in communication with Anton and the mic and whatnot. And we talk about all the plays throughout the game. We script everything. Like obviously in U Sports, you script all your game plan. We go through it before the game. We talk through it in detail. And then, hey, if I want something right now, hey, he'll give me free reign to call it. If he wants something right now, obviously he has free reign to call it. So it's been a great relationship there, and I think it's been fantastic for me in regards to learning, feeling how Scott likes to call a game, feeling how I like to call a game. What are two kind of what do we bring to the table? And then learning a lot, and it's really been a big part of it. Is Scott's fantastic in the run game and box play. Obviously, he's a 15-year CFL vet, and really where I hang my hat on is secondary and pass game. And it's been fantastic for me to learn a ton from him in regards to protection game, run game, and whatnot. And then he's really given me the green light to take control of the pass game and whatnot here. So it's been an awesome relationship.
It's kind of like being a backup quarterback and like not having to step into the fire right away. Like, right, if you're like in the NFL, I'll use that because number one picks are usually quarterbacks, and a lot of times they have to go in. The odd time, like off the top of my head, like a Phillip Rivers or an Aaron Rodgers, they get to learn behind a Brett Favre and a Drew Brees. So it's kind of that way for you, right? Like you get to be an assistant head coach without all maybe some of the BS that comes with it, and you get to learn everything, right?
100%, yeah, man. Like, man, Scott's been awesome. I've obviously known Scott since I was 18 years old. Like I've known him for a long time. He's given me a lot. Man, there's a lot on my plate. Like I'm doing everything on offense. I'm doing a lot of stuff in regards to the assistant head coach job. Just doing stuff in regards to administration, things of that nature. I'm the recruiting coordinator, so I'm taking charge of the recruiting, doing a lot there. And then I'm also the academic coordinator, so I'm doing a lot on that front as well. So, man, I'm wearing a lot of different hats, but man, it's trial by fire, and I'm learning a ton, and I'm having a great time doing it. So I think it's fantastic. I'm trying to do the very best job I can. I think it's going to be very beneficial for myself in the future as well.
You strike me maybe not as edgy as my friend Frank McChrystal, who's going into the Canadian Football Hall of Fame, and kudos to him. But one thing Frank was always good at, and probably better than most coaches, I don't know every coach, and I don't know Scott personally behind the scenes, but like, if there was one thing I think he had on Brian Towers, and Towers is a Hall of Fame guy too, is Frank was like very, he was about the individual. And I'm not trying to slight Towers, but where I'm going with this is Brian kind of saw it as the Huskies, like it was the program, whereas Frank, it was the Rams, but it was about, hey, Mason, you got this class and this class and this class. He was more a facilitator than an X's and O's guy. I'm not saying you're not an X's and O's guy, but where I'm going with this is Frank was really in tune with his roster because he knew what guys' jobs they had. He recruited a lot of them. He did the education portion. How much does that help you when you get onto the field and just know what some of these guys are taking in class, what they're going through, what it took to get them here, that type of thing?
For sure, yeah. Obviously, just mentioned two names, Coach McChrystal and Coach Towers, absolute legends in the game, both fantastic coaches in their own right. For myself, it's been awesome. I mean, I was very blessed to get 2 degrees at the U of S. I have an Edwards School of Business degree and a College of Education degree. I taught for 2.5 years in Vancouver. I mean, I'm a teacher by trade. I love communicating with young people. I love helping them out in every way I possibly can. So honestly, just we had our first study hall last night, and honestly, just communicating with it's all the freshmen, all guys that need help with their grades and whatnot. And man, it felt like it was my little taste of going back in the classroom where I've been the last 2.5 years as a teacher. So man, I really enjoy that stuff. I truly, and I mentioned all the time, obviously I've been on the show quite a bit, Ballsy, but man, I love building relationships with people. It's one of the things I think I do well, and I truly, genuinely enjoy it. So man, the more I can build relationships with kids and the more I can make them feel comfortable and at home at the U of S, the more I want to do. So, yeah, I really enjoy it.
Yeah. So I'm a little lost here. Your sister just got married.
Yeah.
Your Cassidy, your brother Tristan, he's pumping out babies. He's like the Western, he's the Western producer. Now, are you engaged? Am I right? You're engaged, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm engaged. I'm getting married here in April.
Okay, and her name is again?
Kirsten.
Hey, Kirsten. So how's How's the long distance thing going? Because she's still on the in Lotus Land on the left coast, and you're here in Saskatchewan. Is that why you're wearing 18 hats so you don't have enough time to miss her, or what's going on here?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going pretty solid. Hopefully, she would say the same. But it's funny. She's in Saskatoon right now, man. So it's
Oh,
been awesome. Like,
okay.
she comes back. She comes out quite a bit. I'll be back recruiting over Thanksgiving and bye week and whatnot. I'll be out there. Then we play UBC. So man, we make it work, and it's one of those things where I know long distance isn't easy. It definitely is not, but we're used to it. She played soccer at the U of R. I was always at the U of S. We were long distance there, and then she's a year older. So during COVID, she moved back to Vancouver, started working. I still played football for 3 more seasons. So I mean, it's one of those things where, hey, if you're a good communicator and you put in the work, just like anything in life, good things will happen. So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, and so like I still watch some of these bozos playing pro football. I'm like, how are they a quarterback in this league? And a guy like Sinagra and Nyhus doesn't get to play. That ship sailed, but I guess all's well that ends well. Like you ended up in a great place, and who know, like the football world's your oyster right now. You can go in a bunch of different directions.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, don't get me wrong. What it was kind of like, I thought about like doing the tryout thing with the Riders. Obviously, I got an offer there, but I obviously it was one of those. It was kind of a hometown, like go out there, try your best sort of deal. Not that they ever said that, but like I kind of felt that. And
Hmm.
so I really thought the best situation for myself was I knew I wanted to become a coach. I was a weirdo. Asked for a whiteboard when I was 12 years old for Christmas to draw plays. Like that's what makes me tick, and that's what made me a good football player. So I knew I wanted to do this with my life, and I was super fortunate to have Blake Neal give me an opportunity with a fantastic program. Went to a national championship there at UBC, and it really flourished into me come back to my alma mater and be in a great situation. So I would definitely not change any of my decisions for sure.
I'm good friends with your dad, and I will tell you, I get the studious part. I don't know your brother's a good dude, your sister's a good dude. I don't know them as well, but I get you being studious because your dad. I don't know if he told you the story. He used to be in radio when commercials weren't on computers. Like we had to stack these carts, and so he would literally go into work about an hour, 2 hours before, and he'd make sure that like if there was two tire companies, they wouldn't be in the same block of commercials. A lot of guys don't, and it wasn't like where you could just go with your mouse and drop and drag. It would be like, oh shit, I got to put this card here and this card here, and they would be piled like way up here. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
he was. Oh, I only got 14 seconds to talk, and I got to get fit this in about Alabama. So I get your studious nature. Hey, one more thing I got to ask about. So flag football. Paul LaPolice is a great coach. Like he's been accomplished at the as an OC. Got the Bombers to a Grey Cup run. After that, not so much as a head coach, but now he's coaching flag football for the Olympics. Okay, and I'd asked you, are you going to still play? Are you going to, you're tied up with coaching. So I don't know where it stands with that, but I am interested in this. Has Paul or anybody ever like reached out to you and picked your brain on things? Because like as good a coach as you could be in college or pros, you'd know this. You're the perfect guy to talk to. Flag football's totally different. So has anybody reached out to you to kind of pick your brain, like a Paul LaPolice?
Yeah, 100%. I've had great conversation with Coach Lapalisse. I've talked to him for actually quite a long time here. Just him prepping, man. He's a great dude, and he's a guy that loves talking football, man. Like he's a no stone unturned kind of guy. So, man, I talked to him a lot. Kind of what we did, how I scheduled or how I created my call sheet, how I created my playbook, how I viewed the game of flag football, and we view it very similarly. He views it more of a obviously flag football is going to continue to evolve and continue to become more of a professional where hey it's a bunch of written plays and everyone has to know your tags and your concepts and
Mhm.
slide pro or whatever the case may be, whereas like originally it's very much like you have guys they train for 3 days together and you have to go compete on a
Yeah.
world championship stage, so it's really like it's becoming more of a different beast. But yeah, we talked a lot through the process, and obviously, coach our S&C coach here, Joel Lipinski, is the defensive coordinator there. So I've
Yeah.
talked with Joel a lot about the flag stuff, talked with LaPolice a lot about the flag stuff, and man, they're running a good ship there. So I told Coach LaPolice if he needs my help in any way, I'd be happy to do so. And yeah, so they're just in Montreal right now for training camp, and then going to Panama City for the America's tournament, so that should be really good for them.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, this is great. By the way, you should get a shout out. You got the Manitoba Bisons this week. It's a tight conference. Like, we know that. You know it, being a player and now a coach. Rams have a 1-2 punch in the backfield. You got a trifecta in the backfield. I think Calgary's going to be a little bit better than people think. Like, it's a tight conference. Just talk about going up against the Bisons, who lost a close one to Calgary.
Yeah, they're obviously they're looking for their first win right now, but I mean, dude, they're a talented football team, and like you mentioned, the Canada West, it's really any given Saturday or Friday night right now in the early seasons that anyone can win. So it's one of those things where, I mean, we will never take a game for advantage or advantage. Pardon me. So every game you got to bring your hard hat and your lunch pail. You got to prep and you got to work hard. Man, they're talented. They're pretty new in the secondary wise. They have like Marcus Wall. You would know Marcus Wall. He's at North Dakota there. So he's back with the Bisons. They have some new faces there, but they're talented. So it's gonna be a tough test for us. But we're looking forward to it. Should be exciting.
Do you notice any difference with him now that Dobie's not there as the coach?
You know what? I haven't yet. Just regards to Stan Pierre has been their defensive coordinator for 25 years. I haven't looked at anything on their offensive side of the
Yeah.
football, obviously,
Yeah.
but I mean defensively, it's Stan Pierre's defense. So I mean, it's probably fairly status quo from what it's been, but they evolved quite a bit last year, coming into some more cover three stuff. They've been a predominantly match team for a long time, so we'll see what we get on Saturday here.
Is this the toughest trip for you guys? Because you got to go, like, it's a little bit of a longer trip to Winnipeg, right?
For sure. It depends how you slice it up. It's either Manitoba or UBC. UBC
Oh,
just
yeah,
because
right.
it's a different beast getting on a flight.
Yeah.
Manitoba is just it's a monster, right? The bus ride is a monster. There's no doubt about it. You have the guys getting the ab mats or the workout
Yeah.
mats, laying them on the bus and sleeping. So it is a different beast, but it's one of those things that's Can West football. That's what makes it so special. It's not hopping on a school bus 30 minutes to play a team that's
Yeah.
right by your city. It's man, it feels like professional league. Like they're real opponents. It's real road games. So man, it's exciting. It's part of the fun of the Canada West, and we're looking forward to it.
And lastly, sorry, I'll squeeze one more in here. I haven't watched the game yet. Are you upstairs or downstairs? Are you
I'm a
glasses?
downstairs.
And are you glasses or no glasses?
Great question. I'm a glasses guy. Gotta have crisp. Gotta have crisp vision out there. Gotta be dialed.
Awesome. Okay, man. Thanks for your time. Safe travels and continued success. Always love talking to you.
Thanks, Ballsy. Appreciate it, man.